Hi, this is Super Sneaker Boy coming to you with a live performance review on the Nike Hyperfuse 2011 Supreme. In all the Hyperfuse shoes, they do have a herringbone pattern like this, as it's little ones like this, and then it does have a Y shape at the bottom right here for good pivots and when you're stopping and then turning. It does have really good cushion. It does have really good traction, on especially in dusty and especially on good courts, just like all the other Hyperfuse. Yeah, so I do like it a lot. The one thing I didn't like very much was out here by the outrigger. They do have this. It's not herringbone. It's just these straight little lines, and that doesn't add very much traction. It does actually take away from the traction here, but I do love the Hyperfuse traction in all their shoes. It works really well. Then let's move down to the cushioning. It's Nike Zoom all the way through in the heel and the forefoot, and I really do like it as well. It's really responsive and it's sort of bouncy, and which I really like. A lot better. I do like it. I do prefer Nike Zoom over airbags, which they started putting in the Hyperdunk 2010 and I think in the 2011. But it is really responsive and it's going to get added. It's really good cushion. I really do like it. Also, they do have two outriggers here, so which makes it a lot harder for you to roll your ankle, which I thought was great because you're not. I mean that it does take away from your chances of rolling your ankle. I practiced in these 3 times for about 2 to 3 hours, and I thought that they were great. I haven't rolled my ankle yet, and there is no pain in your knees or anything. Breaking in the shoe is actually it takes about two wears for about 4 hours. So total. So that is one cons to the shoe, but other than that, I really did like the cushioning. Now onto the forefoot and the upper. They use a Hyperfuse technology with synthetics. It's a mix of synthetic mesh and TPU, which is the part not in these little circles, but right here. Right in the dark maroon red parts, or right up here. That is the TPU. It is pretty glossy, and it adds a lot more extra stability. Another thing that Nike did this year was by the laces. They it's a little bit like wavy, and it really helps your so you don't need to tie them very tight. I mean, if you don't have a wide foot, then you're still gonna want to tie these sort of tight, but you don't. But it does add a lot of extra lockdown and heel, and a lot of more it helps your ankles a lot more, I guess, because since it is like a lot more, makes your foot feel like you're really not gonna slip out of the shoe. It really keeps it really locked down. And then the ankle support I thought is amazing. Especially I wore the low top Hyperfuse for a while, and going back to a high top, it feels amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this review. But I would like to say that the differences between this and the original Hyperfuse 2011 is the mesh right here is the holes are a lot smaller compared to the Hyperfuse the original Hyperfuse. As you can see here, the holes are are the holes are a lot bigger compared to these in the mesh, and then also what they did is they just did one layer of mesh instead of especially around here instead of like two things with the. They also in the toe box they changed. They put a little graphic, and it's really cool, I think. And then on the laces, Nike doesn't really do this much, but they put premium on the left shoe. They put innovation, and then on the first shoe they put premium. And they also put in the heel, in the little thing. They stitched in a little thing. It says premium innovation. You probably won't be able to see it though. And they sewed it in, and it's like actual material. It's not like the rubber when your heel. That makes it a lot easier to rub it off. So overall, I would give this shoe a 92 out of 100. But because it was a little bit hard to break in, and but overall, it's a really great shoe. It's probably second best shoe I've ever had, because the first ones, the best shoe, I really like the Flyby. They just everything in those were perfect. And thank you. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, because this is my first review, and I will have more reviews on more shoes that I'll be getting in the future, and on the Court Grip. Thank you.